Oh, I forgot to say like live now. In pre-show. In pre-show shortly.
Go. Okay, now we should be cooking with gas. Yes, we are showing up. Okay. Let me get a filter on this bitch. It's a good thing we took a bye week last week. I had to replace a fan in my desktop computer that was just obnoxiously loud. I came
Yeah.
home one day and I thought there was like a prop aircraft in my living room. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here?
I haven't had to replace one in a long time.
Yeah. It was thankfully I built this thing to be pretty like if that happens cuz like I've built computers before and my cable management was ass and I had to change out a fan and it was like a nightmare trying to go in and like cleaning the dust out and there's always that worry that like you're going to all you're going to do is change the fan and clean some dust and then you go to turn it back on and it just doesn't turn back on for like no reason. We don't want that. Oh, there's like a weird. Okay, there we go. There's like a Discord chat on the right side for Discord people, I guess, that can come in on chat on this side too. It just doesn't turn. Which we
Oh,
don't.
on Streamlabs?
No, not on Streamlabs. Like it was coming through, but there's a window. Like it's in the upper right hand corner of the podcast recording window. I can hit show chat and it'll give us. And it's yeah. And Matt put something in there back in September of 2023. So that's the last time somebody used it. We're YouTube people, man. All right, no sound. Bingo. All set. Perfect. Thank you, Death Chelada. Thank you, Saint Luck the Laughter, for joining us this evening. So yeah, man, it happened again. We had a bye week and fucking the United States bombs Iran again, and now it's a prolonged conflict.
Yeah, if it's I mean, I did call it. I was like, there's no way they're moving this much material
For just a show.
and not yeah, like
Yeah.
just to like saber rattle, like
This is
too
a
much of an
prolonged
investment.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we also today we had our first recorded torpedo kill since World War II.
Yeah. Now I kind of thought it would be somewhat like non-controversial,
Mm-hmm.
but some people are claiming, oh, it was in like it like is in the territorial waters of India.
Mm.
They were returning from like a peaceful, like sortie, like exercise mission with like India, and then got murked.
Murked.
And I'm also like, but I mean, there just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It also like I also don't want to come off as like I'm like somehow supportive of this war. I am not. You are not, obviously. But like
No,
you know, first torpedo kill since World War II is like a historical nerd. I'm just like, interesting. Okay. Like
no, it's weird, and I just wondered like if the people who were saying that, I'm like, so like, would you still not complain if there was like they had transited another like 3 miles or
I was
whatever
about to say
off
like the arbitrary
coast?
line because they didn't
Yeah,
wait 3 miles for them to travel 3 miles. Like it's silly. It's like getting uptight because like Washington crossed the Delaware on like the night of Christmas Day and attacked the Hessians the next morning, and it's just like, it's not something Christians should do. It's just like, shut up. Waiting 12 hours doesn't make a huge difference. You're killing people. But yeah, there's been lots of stuff too. We got like F-35s getting more like confirmed kills before the F-22, which all of my aircraft autism nerd friends are really upset about. Like my one friend who works for, I don't want to say the company, but it's a major MIC company located around here. Works for them, and he's a huge airplane nerd, and he's so upset that the F-22 hasn't actually gotten a kill yet.
oh wait, okay, I'm not aware of this controversy. So like I thought when did the F-22 go into service?
So the F-22 has been in service for a long time. So F-22 service entry date.
Yeah,
December
manufactured
15th, 2005.
Okay, so that's after
Yeah.
Iraq War II.
So it's also like this is the thing to think about. The F-22 is a 21-year-old aircraft. It still doesn't actually have an air-to-air kill with like another aircraft. Like it shot down a balloon once, but the F-35 has like air-to-air kills. It's arguable they were kind of camping the Iranian airfields. So like as the aircraft were taking up, they literally waited for just like their wheels to go like into the fuselage, and they were like, "All right, technically air-to-air now. Launch your missiles." And they were just waiting, ready to go. But of course, Iran responded and has just been slinging missiles like it's cool all over the Middle East. They've been also launching drones and missiles against like Saudi Arabia and the like Dubai, like United Arab Emirates, which like I understand like Saudi Arabia has like allows the US to operate militarily out of their country, but it's interesting that you're just straight up like swiping at all of these countries and just like actually attacking. Yeah.
I think there's a couple layers to what Iran's doing there. And first layer is that the US knew that like their bases were going to be direct targets as soon as they did this. So like I've seen multiple videos, multiple angles where it's service members staying in hotels in these adjacent areas around the bases.
Okay, that makes more sense.
They wanted to disperse the personnel so that they weren't just sitting ducks. Which is kind of smart. But Iran figured out is like, oh, we're gonna just hit any infrastructure we have any reliable suspicion that there's an American in. Plus, these nation states are hosting American forces that are attacking us. It's like
which is
a thing.
It is also kind of fair game in that respect because the U.S. certainly has no qualms about bombing civilians in order to get to military targets. Like we accidentally, I don't know if it was Israel or the U.S. We bombed like a girls' school in Iran, but no, like how many times do we hear about this? Like they hid like a missile battery next to like a civilian structure of some sort. We hit the missile battery, it blows the building up. There's 5 civilian casualties. It's the same shit like they'll say about Hamas. Like, oh, Hamas hides their missile batteries in the school, so we have to bomb the school and gun the children down. It's like,
oh. Nobody checked that they changed the Iran naval headquarters to the girls' school. Please. Retired that building.
Retire that one real quick. Well,
the other thing that they're doing is they want to cut off the oil infrastructure for the Gulf, right? Which is why I'm wearing my bespoke apron tonight, if you can't tell.
Your bespoke apron?
Oh, I gotta keep my face in.
The spice must flow. Aha.
And Frank Herbert was talking about this when Paul is trying to unseat the Harkonnen occupation. He cuts off spice production, so the Emperor and the rest of the Landsraad come to Arrakis and force the Harkonnens out. And I kind of think that's. I mean, Iran's just hit them where it hurts.
Basically, like any target we can get to, we're going to try. The Strait of Hormuz is like, it is a massive global shipping lane, so this will have repercussions. But it makes sense.
Mostly oil and LNG.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are speculating that like the oil and natural gas in that part is mostly going to Asia, mostly going to China.
It is, a lot of it is.
That Iranian oil. So us shutting down the Iranian oil to China, which China's been very much like peace talks right now.
Yeah. Both Russia and Iran have been like, we strongly disagree with these actions. However, good luck, fam.
But like, we had cut off all Venezuelan oil and then we cut off all the Iranian oil, and it's like, I mean, Russia has oil to sell China, and they're talking about cutting off the supply to Europe altogether. while the Europeans are now begging to reuse the pipeline that goes through Ukraine.
Yeah. Very interesting change of events.
Yeah, it's all very Dune. I'm telling
it's
you.
very Dune. Yeah.
Here, I take my novelty apron off and.
No, you're good. While you do that, I'll play the intro. And here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 204 or 205. It suddenly occurs to me that I don't know if I actually changed the episode
let's
number.
Let's check the catalog.
Let's check it right now.
It's okay. 203 is the last one, so yeah, we're good.
We're good. All right, sweet, perfect. All right, we're on episode 204. Ayatollah. I can count. I run a jewelry store. If I can't count,
you can add one to any given number.
Yeah, man. That's
figure out what the number would be.
Hypothetically, I can also imagine how I would felt if I did not have breakfast this morning. So got that going for me. So the episode title is, of course, Ayatollah Samuyil Hydemini, who I hear is taking over for the two recently bombed Ayatollahs of Iran. Yeah, so we were on the pre-show. We were talking about everything happened with like the war in Iran right now. I don't think I apologized for not having the show last week and kicking this all off, which I will not apologize for. You should.
I think the universe is completely dependent on the quantum fluctuations made by this podcast.
Yes, but
and the more we podcast, the less that happens.
This is very true. We are the anti-happening podcast. Ooh. That's a good title for a podcast. Fuck. Sometimes naming podcasts is like naming stupid fucking garage bands.
Rebrand it.
We could. Ooh. All right, you know what? We're going to have this conversation with Matt, the anti-happening podcast. I like this. I like this a lot. All right. If you in the chat disagree or agree with the anti-happening podcast as our new title going forward, please let us know. But otherwise, this is in serious consideration. Also. So... yeah. What I feel like a lot of people are maybe not paying as much attention to, but I'm pretty sure I was reading little snippets, like tweets, essentially, with screenshots of tweets on Instagram, basically saying how the U.S. actually made an announcement either today or yesterday that they expect to be in full economic control of Cuba within the next 30 days. And a lot of people just went, what? Well, think about it. We talked about this on the last podcast, or at least a few podcasts. Yeah. The major supplier, I think only real supplier of oil to Cuba was Venezuela, and now they are not getting any of that. So maybe they were getting a little bit from China and Russia. Now they are getting jack shit because Russia and China are all of a sudden just like, oh shit. A
couple of Russian tankers got blown up in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Also.
There was also, I think, a Kuwaiti tanker got destroyed in the last couple of hours, I think, in the Persian Gulf. So that's great for the environment.
Yeah, the massive oil spill.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Desert Storm with all the tar oil wells just going up in flame. Which I thought, actually, I was taking a walk. I was just taking the dog around the park the other day, and I was thinking, like, as this was sort of cooking off, and I was like, man, I should rewatch that again. The Werner Herzog film about Desert Storm. Have you seen it?
I have seen that.
It's free on YouTube.
It's excellent.
And I thought when I first saw it that it's like, I mean, of course it's good footage and it's interesting narration from Herzog. But it turns out like he's got this entire premise to the narration that he's an alien observing humans for the first time.
Which is,
I love it. It's so creative.
It's such a good angle to take, especially when covering a war and like everything that happened. Yeah. It's just like, why would these things do this to their own planet? Like, this is so bizarre.
Yep. So yeah, a big oil spill in the Gulf right now. Yep. I'm interested that it happened right off the coast of Kuwait and not like in the Strait. But I guess all the tankers have been avoiding the Strait.
Well, that's exactly it. Like they haven't actually gone around. Hang on, I'm pulling up Google Maps. I'm good with geography, but I don't remember all of the little peninsulas and bullshit. So, okay, yeah. So they were essentially heading around like Dubai, that little horn right there, where the UAE is, and they had all kind of stopped right before they had gone over the peak, which is, yeah, the actual strait. So yeah, they're all like bottled up in the Persian Gulf right now, and that's not going to be great for the UAE's beachside community. I don't think they're going to appreciate all that oil. Or wait, no,
Well,
it
you
was
know what I'm
closer to
really
Kuwait.
excited for is to the Grand Prix in Bahrain
Oh,
next month,
oh, geez.
quickly followed by the Grand Prix in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh,
Oh
which has
man.
already been struck by Iranian missiles.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's. Oh man. Okay, so this is a problem. Like, I'll start looking up stuff on Google Maps, and all of a sudden, I'll start looking at like the topography and like the layout of the land, and like I belong. I don't belong. I follow this page on Instagram, and it's called like Erosion of the Earth, but it's just this dude who does these videos, and he just talks about like topography and like different landscapes and like what caused it, like massive glacier like receding back and like carving the land, or like extreme like water flow or stuff like that. So I'm looking at like the area around like Riyadh right now, and I'm just like, man, that's like you got like these erosion lines, like you got these like waves that are cool and shit, and I'm just like, oh wait a minute, no, we're talking about politics. Don't get caught up.
Okay, do you want to talk about um, morphology, planetary morphology? I'm happy to
That is
get into
something you
that.
do. That's right. That
Uh,
is a specialty of
yeah,
yours.
yeah, that big like fold in the sand
Yeah.
and stuff in the mountain range, because yeah, it's like the African continent butts up against Asia there,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, I mean, if honestly, if you go to looking at Google Maps, um, where's a good dome feature? I mean, it's like a half dome feature, but
Mm-hmm.
trying to look in the U.S. A similar-ish looking spot would be. I mean, it is quite visible, that one, just because like the different sand layers have
Mm-hmm.
that color to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to pick out.
Yeah, it's very strong contrast.
Yeah, there's two continents colliding that results in enough people. I mean, I guess Africa is also a little bit like that, but
Yeah,
there's cool, interesting things happening everywhere
exactly.
for those with eyes to see.
There's cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see.
Um, but yeah, it is mostly just a fucking big ass desert.
Yeah.
Anyways, the so they said it's open to everybody but China, but I haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen a lot of Iranian tankers like make it out of the strait, because obviously there's also like an American blockade of the Iranian tankers as
Exactly.
well.
Oh, you're blockading us? Well, we'll blockade your blockade. We're gonna blockade your blockade. We'll blockade our blockade. That's where we're at right now.
And then I mean there's talk of like the US fronting insurance costs for the and doing like military escorts
I
for
did see
tankers.
that,
But
which
fuck,
that could get
gets
hairy.
expensive fast.
Yeah, that's gonna get real expensive fast, and like this is the one thing. Like, all right, the air defense network in Iran obviously didn't live up to the hype. The Air Force obviously did not live up to the hype. Their long range missiles, however, have been hitting shit, and like dealing with the United States Navy is essentially like for China, for example, their most of their military strategy in dealing with the US is hoping that their missile swarms essentially just overpower the phalanx defenses in our carrier strike forces, and they can just get through and knock our carriers out. Like that's the whole plan. So I would imagine
Yeah.
to a degree with the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz right there, Iran is probably just like, well, if the Americans want to park aircraft carriers in the Indian Ocean and try to fuck with us, I guess we can missile spam them. So I imagine that's also probably been taken into account. But if we're going to start having our warships patrolling the strait and escorting ships through, like they are going to become targets and they are going to get hit.
No, that's when they become, because it's all about reaction time for
Mm-hmm.
the intercept,
Yeah,
right? And that's why they're parked out in the Indian Ocean, is because you have
more reaction
presumably
time.
yeah, reaction. What did I say?
Reaction time. Yeah.
Yeah. You have 20, 30 minutes perhaps, or maybe less, but to react. Whereas like if it's coming straight off the coast there, you might only have like 30, 45 seconds for your
Exactly.
target systems to intercept and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So but what is interesting, like you're talking about the anti-air, like they first do the bombing runs with like B2s to like take
Mm-hmm.
out all their radar and like all their anti-air,
Mm-hmm.
and then they take the B1s.
Which are, in
Um,
my opinion, some of the sexiest aircraft ever devised, are the B-1.
but they just, and now they're straight up just doing B-52s,
Yeah.
which
If the B-52s are flying over, you've lost. Like,
and yeah, because they're just slow ass, or I mean they're big ass, just cargo duck things, you
yeah.
know.
I did see some video footage of MQ-9 Reapers essentially just loitering in Iranian airspace, like rather low in the middle of the day, just striking targets here and there with Hellfires. And it's just like, wow, if they can just fly Reapers over their cities and just hit targets, and these Reapers are not getting even, they're not even hitting them with man pads. Like, that's the thing. They're just carrying out these missions unobstructed and unmolested. It is a very bad look.
Well, yeah, obviously, you know, like the conventional forces, like I would assume that there's outside of like some patrol boats and like small craft that the Iranians don't have any surface vessels at this point. They have no planes. They don't have any meaningful anti-air. I mean, they do have missile batteries that are pretty well hidden or whatever. Who knows how
Mhm,
much they have stockpiled.
mhm.
Um, but the Iranian like army is not particularly like armed and well equipped
No.
because they they like to have all the weapons like very centralized with like the Iranian Revolutionary Guard.
Mhm.
So because there's a lot of, you know, ethnic minorities in Iran. It's not just Persians.
Of course.
And they would not like locals to get guns and start, you know, balkanizing the place.
Mhm.
Which brings me to my next question: or had you seen that the Kurds were being encouraged to be a ground force in the Northwest?
Of course they were. Oh man, Rojava's not real until we need them to cross the border and take Tabriz. Then they're real.
And then not only the Kurds are said that
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, we're going in, we're starting a ground operation.
Excellent. Excellent.
The Azeris are also building up their forces on the northern border because essentially like half of all ethnic Azeris
Mhm.
actually live in Iran.
Oh, so they're gonna need help, obviously.
Uh,
Oh my god.
and I mean, the borders of modern Iran are a holdover from the, you know, the Persian Empire
For
that
sure, yeah.
the Shah had, right? And so there's the northwest corner is Azeri Turk people,
Hmm.
the western northwestish part west of that is going to be Kurds,
Hmm.
and then the southeast part is Baluchistan,
Hmm.
which is ethnically part of like the Pakistan has most of the Baluchs in it,
Hmm.
and then the northeast Khorasan is like Turkmens and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So people are posting like, "Is Iran the new Yugoslavia?"
Oh my
Because like
god.
if you just drew around all these borders, if you could get all these ethnic militias like to go, you
Hmm.
could, you know, totally balkanize Iran.
Wow.
And I the thing is, I would not. I was like, oh, the U.S. is gonna play the Kurds again.
Hmm. That's
What's
literally what I was
historically,
thinking. Like they they've lost so much from Saddam. We were just like, yeah, man, you should overthrow Saddam. Oh, just kidding.
oh no, we threw him under the bus with Syria
Oh
just like
yeah.
a month
Oh,
ago.
that's
Like,
right. Fuck. But at this point, though, okay, here's the thing: how many times can Charlie Brown attempt to kick the football that Lucy is holding before you start holding Charlie Brown responsible? I'm sorry,
yeah,
Kurds, but at this point, if you are trusting the U.S., why? Why would you trust the U.S. ever? Speaking as Americans, Why would you trust the U.S.? Why?
Trusting the CIA.
Stop trusting the CIA. Stop trusting the U.S. military, but especially the CIA. Goodness. Get it together.
And then
It's fucking embarrassing.
But what's interesting is the Azerbaijanis moving, because they have an actual conventional military force. They invaded and occupied and ethnically cleansed parts of Armenia in the last couple of years.
Unfortunately.
And are serious about it. And they are backed by Israel. They're like nominal allies with Israel and the US and stuff like that.
Well, I guess Azerbaijan, I guess it does kind of fall out of Greater Israel. Like, it doesn't actually fall within that border, so I guess they're okay with that.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we need some buffer states.
Exactly. We need a buffer state. It's like what Poland was to the USSR after World War II.
No, really, Poland wasn't the buffer state.
Oh, sorry.
Germany.
Sorry, excuse me.
East Germany.
East Germany.
FDR, or it was really Churchill insisted, hey, we went into this war for Polish sovereignty. Poland cannot be part of the Soviet Union. And they said, okay, it won't be part of the Soviet Union. But of course, it was still completely controlled by the Soviet Union. But yeah, they just want some nice buffer states. So it'll have, I guess, Turkey to the north a little bit.
Yeah.
Some version of Kurdistan and Azerbaijan, and then like a new monarchy restored Persia.
Yeah.
I guess that'd work for them, and I think they're okay with the Saudis at this point. They've made their peace.
I believe. Yeah. Better living through the U.S. dollar.
Egypt is just they're fine with Egypt.
Yeah, they don't want to go that way. It's
like we've been there before. We don't need to go back.
It's literally you draw a line and like you go down to like the Gulf of Aqaba, directly south of Israel, and you go to Aqaba and you just draw a line east, just straight across the desert until you basically get to like Kuwait, which I'm sure Israel and Kuwait are buddies. And then you go up north to like, man, I want to say probably, it's not Antioch anymore. What is it?
I mean, I think we still call it Antioch.
Okay, Antioch. Here, yeah, I mean, yeah, around here we say Antioch. Yeah, so you go up to Antioch.
Not here. It's called fucking Constantinople. Okay.
Okay, man. Yeah. And then you basically draw a line from there, just southeast, basically, just kind of like, just. I guess not really bisecting.
Do they want the Tigris and Euphrates, or do they just want like the west border of it?
I think they want the west. Hang on, let me look this up.
Let's look up
Greater Israel. This is what gets us deplatformed. This right here. Okay, so no, they do want part of Egypt. Hang on, let me blow this up here.
Bring that up, Jamie.
Bringing it up. Stand by. Open image in new tab. Thank you for double tapping. We love that. Okay. Zoom in and switch it over to a screen share. Okay.
So Salo Aeolus says, is it turbo happening? I saw a video of Iran warship turning into the Titanic. Holy shit.
I mean, yeah, that happened. We talked about
my
that.
air assaults. No, the Kurds probably.
that feeling when you main an air assault deck, but you lose your CIA support. Red Dragon.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Do you see it?
Yeah, the borders were not there. Yeah, there you go.
All right, yeah. But so you've got
going away.
It keeps going away.
Like,
really?
Yeah, like I can see a couple of the lines, but the SVG disappears when you don't have your mouse on it or something.
Weird. All right, hang on. Can you see it now?
I mean, I can see the two.
Oh, that's weird. Okay,
now
you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go to the stream, you can see what's going on. But now, yeah, I can kind of make it out. Okay. So wait, they want just what's east of the Nile.
Yeah.
That's wild. Like,
I mean, that's the canal right there, the Suez Canal, and a buffer zone for that. They do. Yeah, they want to go right up to the Euphrates, essentially.
Who wants to share water rights with the west side of the Nile?
No one. But okay, this is funny. Okay, you've got the Nile and you've got the Euphrates, and then you just have this line just drawn through like a third of Saudi Arabia. Like,
yeah, just
yeah,
that northern part.
yeah.
Do they want Mecca? Is that part of it? I assume Mecca's a little further south.
Let me head back to Google Maps. Hang on.
I think that maybe, yeah, maybe they're like, oh, you can have the Kaaba.
Yeah, you can have the Kaaba. We don't want that. Yeah, I thought Mecca was like. There's that line. Where is Mecca? There should be a filter on Google Maps. It's just called the Greater Israel filter, and it just puts that over whatever you're looking at. Okay,
Somebody
yeah.
with a little GIS like skill could probably come up with it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Mecca is south of Greater Israel, so it's not in the territory they want. It's wild.
Yeah,
though. Greater Israel. That's a thing.
yeah. It just doesn't. Maybe are they thinking of like specific passages of like, oh, this was part of the kingdom of
No,
whatever,
that's
Solomon,
literally
David,
yes. That's
right?
that they're using biblical borders. That's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, but like, if I play a lot of map games and
I
I
was
think
gonna
about
say,
border gore,
yeah,
and that's just horrible border gore.
that's
Not to
horrible
say the
border.
Middle East doesn't have border gore right now,
Right, yeah, but
but
like you gotta fill that in. Like you got half of that peninsula that's just not the same color. You gotta keep going.
there's something to like even the border between say like France and Germany, right? Germany owns both sides of the Rhine because like you obviously we have bridges and
Mm.
people live on both sides and you don't want to have what you want to look at is water drainages, not just the river itself. I love the map. um what's its name, Powell, um which is the namesake for like Lake Powell and
Mm-hmm.
that Hoover Dam makes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hydrologist that was sent out to find the excuse me headwaters of Colorado back in the 1800s. And he had this idea of, well, um he was trying to inform Congress of like how to settle the West basically. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, it's not like the East. The water is the number one scarcest resource, and like we need to make it clean and neat for states to exist and not have to do water sharing rights and stuff like that. So here's the basins
Mm-hmm.
of all these rivers, and that's where the states line should be. And Congress said, oh, fuck that.
Fuck that. Straight
Let's put a
lines,
bunch of
baby.
rectangles out there, baby.
Let's have Wyoming and Utah just fight over that weird corner.
Yeah, it flips back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I fucking love that meme.
So like, yeah, let me find that map. How watershed map.
Oh yeah.
It's like that's how like economies are actually are built around like, oh, we all live in this one set of mountains that all the water from one side or the other side drains into this one river that we live around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Wait, let me share screen for a sec.
Okay.
You see it?
Yeah, I just blew it up. Yep. Oh yeah.
That's a good one, right? So you can see here's like the North Platte and the South Platte. There's Greeley. So Denver's down here.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be Colorado, right? And then the Green River, which actually starts up in Wyoming, drains down and then meets with the conflux of the upper Colorado here. And I guess that's Wyoming. And then there's the Salt Lake, is that gray basin.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
There. And then the Snake River, Columbia, and then there's the Great Basin, right, which doesn't really drain into much. But yeah, like imagine, oh, here's New Mexico and Texas and Oklahoma and South and North Dakota, and like, don't these look like real country borders?
They do. Like we've got Utah Stan, Nevada Stan right there. We've got Montana Bajan up north there. We've got the Arizona Emirates right there under your mouse. And then we just got California. California is still just California.
Yeah, little coastal. Oh, Mike sank down. The little California coastal basin.
Exactly.
And then the Northwest and
the Forbidden Zone.
It's we would have a Jefferson in this scenario.
That's right. That's right. The state of Jefferson. Let's see.
Yeah. Anyways, guy can dream.
Yeah.
It's just it just sucks like trying to figure out like how much water can I take out of this river for my like agricultural needs or whatever, and you've got to allot it for downstream for somebody else, so you're not even in the same basins, and it doesn't matter.
And if you fuck it up, you basically get the RLC. So
yeah.
Poor Kazakhstan.
So, I thought you said like some acronym, and I was really confused for a second. The RLC.
Yeah, the RLC.
So, anyways.
Yeah.
We
just did a little broke out for a little geography there, a little lesson on water basins.
Yeah, it'd be nice if people
understood
to think that way.
Yeah.
I just the Greater Israel plans, they don't work based on hydrology. I'm just saying, guys. Like either have the whole Nile or the whole Fertile Crescent. It's like
you can't have half.
You can't have half. If you're gonna go big,
go big. Yeah. Also, I mean, like at that point, you might as well just keep pushing the color. Like you keep pushing the color of the map. You never settle because if there's a map, it needs to be the same color. Like when I'm playing Rome Total War, I'm just like, all right, what area do I want to fill with red first? Usually I actually, before I ever attempt to go into Africa for Carthage or Greece or anything like that, I will actually usually go to Gaul. And I'll secure like that area first, just because there's a lot of like good resources, farmland. You have where Switzerland is. You have like a major industrial zone where you can produce like heavier armor and weapons, like which your legions definitely need. Oh geez, where was I going with this? I was looking at maps, pushing the color. Yeah, like if you're gonna stop at the Nile, like you might as well just not stop at the Nile. Like just keep going. Greater Israel might as well expand all the way to like Benghazi, just kind of fill off that like northern Africa part right there. And then yeah, man, you gotta what you gotta do is you gotta go a little bit farther south. Obviously don't go to Mecca, but you gotta kind of like stretch your border around a little bit.
It out. That's
you can. Like we were just looking at like that rock formation right there where you have like the desert, and that could probably be where you have your border. Like that's a good buffer zone. Yeah, you've got Tabuk over to the west there. You could use that as like a major hub. But yeah, just don't draw an arbitrary line when you're using rivers, because I don't think God draws on arbitrary lines. And if you're using biblical borders, you need to be better. Skill issue.
It's like Egypt and Sudan. They have you know about this, the Behr el Talwa or something. I think that's what it's called. But like there are two different treaties that have like conflicting measurements for the border, and both countries would like one version of the treaty versus the other,
of course,
because it gives them like a nice chunk of the Red Sea coastline. But neither one wants to claim like the middle part. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I hear music from.
Your music?
Is it on headphones?
Nothing's coming through my side. Nothing's getting captured. You did have like 80 tabs open, so maybe you have like a tab with some music playing.
Yeah, I bet or maybe it's from somewhere in my house. Okay.
Maybe.
Anyways,
it's the feds.
Yeah. They
counter signal.
But yeah, like so it's just like the only unclaimed land outside of like even Antarctica is technically all claimed, and just like perfect lines going down to the South Pole. It's like, oh, there's the American zone and the Argentine zone and the Australian zone and stuff like that. And yeah, I would just it's one of those mockeries of like, just follow the high point of the ridge line or something.
Yeah,
Like, why
man.
can't we get a Switzerland here?
Exactly. Like you've got all of these mountains and you've got all of this flat terrain. You have all of these natural borders. Utilize them. Be smart. Well, what else should we be covering about the Iran conflict? I can't really obviously more things are going to happen. Well, maybe not this week so much since we actually had the podcast. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a just sporadic strikes here and there. No major escalations yet, hopefully.
Well, if they're going to do the ground forces thing, it's going to take them a few days to like build stuff up.
Yeah.
And like get supplies moving and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely could see
boots on the ground.
Well, like if the Kurds and the Azerbaijanis are like willing to go in, here's the other thing: is like the Pakistanis could also be willing to go in.
They might be.
Pakistanis are also at war with Afghanistan.
I was about to say, right? They declared war on the Taliban. Yeah, so they're a little preoccupied, but like kill two birds with one stone, man. Like you get the Taliban, you get a little bit of of
like
East
if they're
Iran.
Already mobilized, like they might as well
just turn your cannons.
We got some dudes. We're gonna go for Balochistan or something like that. But like, how honestly, like how is the Afghan Pakistan war?
I mean, it just started, so hang on. We've had an interesting amount of traffic tonight, by the way.
66,000 Afghans displaced amid fear fighting on the Pakistan border. Okay, so
Max,
12 soldiers killed, 27 injured
on
the Pakistani side, and the Afghans have 28 soldiers killed, 42 injured. Okay. I mean, they've been fighting for like a week and a half, 10 days. I don't know.
21st of February. So yeah, just about. Real quick. So we've only got, at the moment, we only have 5 concurrent viewers. We maxed at 11, it looks like. We've had 60 unique views for this episode.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
You get a Sam Hyde reference in there.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what it is right now. That's just, that is the power of the new Ayatollah Samuyil Hydemini. That's what that is right there.
Yeah, I wore my fez. I think that's more of a
Turkish man, thing, it is, but it's okay. I mean, I got a big nose, so that's kind of like a Middle Eastern thing. So we got that going on for us.
I honestly, Hollywood would easily have cast you as a Persian guy.
Oh, dude, I could pass for an Italian dude.
Years ago.
I could pass for a Persian guy. I could pass for like a Uruguayan. Like, I just need a little yerba mate and a gourd just to.
No, all you need is a costume. Like you could do any given like you're like that perfect ethnic ambiguous. If you were to go for the character acting thing, it's like all those edits where they go for it's like Sopranos, but then they add Middle Eastern music over it.
Exactly. Or you have like you have Chrissy and that other dude standing next to each other, and this is like the Shah of Iran and his son before like the fall.
Oh yeah, we just put like a little weird like old school film grain filter on top of you, like wearing a suit, like walking around outside, and it's like, here is the uncle of the Shah before the regime collapsed.
Oh yeah, hang on. I'm gonna pull this meme up real quick. Oh wow, that's tiny as fuck. 225 by 225. What the fuck is this? 2003? Never mind. What is that? Oh, but yeah, I could do the Italian. I could do the Persian. I could probably pass for a Syrian, too, like a northern Syrian, Armenian, maybe a little bit.
Oh yeah, I think Armenian would work. Yeah, but a lot of like white Americans had no idea how to place ethnicities. I mean, they had Genghis Khan portrayed by John Wayne,
which, yeah,
they gave him a spray-on tan and a little weird thin mustache. Like,
I mean,
Asian enough for me.
Native Americans in those movies too used to just be like Italians or Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, it's just an Italian guy with like his hair straightened.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh man.
Oh, there's such good John Wayne Genghis Khan clips.
Yeah, pull that up, Jamie.
Oh my god, I love it so much. Let's see if I can. Okay, we need to share screen again. Hey, can you see it?
Hang on. And got it. And going up. And yup.
Listen to me. There are moments for wisdom.
He's just squinting.
He's just squinting.
Moments for action, then I listen to my blood.
I love the mustache.
I feel this Tartar woman is for me.
Tartar.
My blood says take her. I greet you, my mother. Are you women that you tremble before a force half your number? You fear the Mercat's revenge, I seek it. Let him who shrinks from it say so and be gone. There is no room in my tents for those who fear or question my orders. All right, valiant one.
Goodness. Oh my god.
I tell ya. So good. And they're so clearly just like in the desert of Nevada.
Just say they're like fucking outside of Mesquite, just chilling. Like, oh, pull up Yul Brynner as a Mayan. Yul Brynner as a Mayan. What is that? Hang on, Yul Brynner Mayan. Oh, geez. Yul Brynner starred as Black Eagle, a Native American chief, in the '63 historical adventure film Kings of the Sun.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, wow.
I mean, wasn't it whose acceptance speech at the Oscars? They had the native gal go up. And,
that was Marlon Brando. That was Marlon Brando, and I think that was for Apocalypse Now.
Okay. All right. So, do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, I'm pulling up a trailer right now. Hang on, Jamie. Hang on. All right. Let me kick this over.
That was the thing. Like all the spaghetti westerns, like all those guys. Like one guy's supposed to be, like Mexican or whatever, and it just
doesn't.
It's just an Italian guy.
Their pyramids touch the sky. Their passions touch the heights.
I can't really hear the audio,
Be
but
his woman. They are his sons. Before, when he summoned you, you went to him willingly.
So
and now I know it was not for the first time.
Wait.
Yul Brynner, George Chakiris,
Yul
Shirley
Brynner
Ann
is supposed to be like this Aztec
Kings
warrior.
of the Sun. They were the giants of a lost world, masters of mountains, kings of the sun.
You know what? They made the makeup work.
Yeah, it worked.
For 1,000 years.
Like, this is believable.
It's like that's what I'm saying. Like nobody could place it at the time, so they're like, oh yeah, works for me. I'm watching a movie. Hey, the stunts are good.
Yeah,
that's
stunts
pretty cool.
Kings of the Sun.
I wonder if
in color and Panavision.
Must have been one that Mel Gibson watched ahead of making Apocalyptica.
I was gonna say, yeah, that absolutely probably was influenced. Great movie, by the way.
Is it one of those that it's just like free on YouTube? You can watch it on YouTube.
Apocalypto? I don't know if it's free on YouTube.
No, not like that.
Kings of the Sun. It might be. It's old enough. Scooby, do you have anything to add? Excellent. Okay. Get out of my light.
I love the. What did I see the other day? Just as like a casual watch, it was some Portuguese film.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a bunch of soldiers in like Africa, Portuguese Africa in the 70s. And they're sitting in the back of the truck and they're talking about like, oh, why the fuck are we in Mozambique or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And their sergeant and them are all like just basically talking through Portuguese history from Roman times to the present. And like you can subtly see like the different soldiers are like wearing different costumes throughout, and like, but they do like a really good job with all the costumes.
Mm-hmm.
And like the set pieces and stuff like that. Well, some of the action's like a little wonky. And obviously like they didn't have a ton of extras, but like they got like really cool sets of like medieval armor, and like are charging around on horses and stuff like that. We gotta remember the name of it now. Shoot. Portuguese film soldiers through history. No, it's like a 70s movie. Not a 90s movie.
70s, 90s. A long time ago.
But I mean, it was very much set in like Portuguese Africa, which I would assume would be 70s. Okay, this is it. It's called The Vainglory of Command. Okay, let's see if I can find like the medieval scene. It like did you watch, what's it called? A Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
I have not watched that yet, actually. How is that?
I loved it. It was great.
Interesting. All right, I'll check it out.
Watch it. But it still has like that modern fantasy, like grim dark, like very subdued colors for the most part.
I mean, that's
kind of thing going on.
It's acceptable. Like it's not accurate, but it's whatever. You just kind of accept it.
Yeah.
Dark Ages were sad. It was sad.
Okay, so it's a 1990 film. I didn't realize that. And it had the Mercenaries.
Oh, if it's not on YouTube, it's probably on Tubi. If it's not on Tubi, it might be on. It might be on Poob.
No, it's on YouTube. I don't want to search through like an hour and a half of film right now to find like the scene I'm thinking of.
We'll just have to. You'll just have to find it on Poob. That's where you'll have to go. It's on Poob. On Slack.
Stammer.
On Stammer. That really is what working in the corporate world feels like.
Yeah. Oh. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, okay.
I think the color transfer didn't work out, but like you can see like the horses, like
there are
designs on everything.
Like they're fancy.
Yeah. Like it's really cool costume though, and the armor and everything. And obviously, like they just don't have enough extras to like sell it. So it's like, oh yeah, we had 25 horses that we could get together.
But they're real horses.
30 horses.
Este lance a imagem de Dom Afonso V a poucas perante a ação do Despado, que o próprio rei não merecia. O mesmo não aconteceu no campo do Príncipe Dom João.
Dude's got
he's got
massive eyebrow.
Monobrow.
Jeez, man, that is the eyebrow of eyebrows.
Bring them together. Don't actually strike each other.
Nope. Click, clack, click.
And it's like obvious that like films come such a long way since then. And like the action sequences that we could do, choreography, the CGI, everything like that is so much better. But I just miss like the costumes. Like you can see like the beautiful colors on the horses and like the like all the the tapestries and stuff like that, and the details. I mean, there's a little bit of that nowadays, but like think about like did you watch The Last Duel?
The Last Duel?
Yeah.
Oh, with no, I
Matt
never
Damon.
actually watched that. Matt Damon and the dude who plays Kylo Ren. Yeah, no, I never actually saw it. It looked interesting.
Whatever. Here's the deal. It's
Looked
it
depressing.
has 3 graphic rape scenes in it.
Oh,
All
right.
And it's generally not that fun
Okay.
of a film to watch. And it's just dark and gray, and they're supposed to be medieval knights that are all like fancy and schmancy,
Yeah.
and like would have like all this color and armor and stuff like that. Same
So-
thing happened with like the King. That
Okay, yeah,
Timothée
that was I
Chalamet-
was gonna reference because there was a little bit of flair there, like with Robert Pattinson being like
the Dauphin.
The Dolphin, yeah. You could tell his armor was a little more ornate, but it was still like very dark and subdued. But I was going to say, as far as medieval combat goes, that actually wasn't too bad because that was very much like, this is not glamorous. Even with their shiny coats of armor, basically it comes down to 2 dudes rolling around in the mud and trying to get leverage over the other and finding like a hole in the armor with a small knife. Like, that's it.
Yeah, they're grappling.
Yeah.
And that's the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms like builds up to that. Like there's not a ton of action in the first handful of episodes. Like it definitely culminates in a big fight. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see
I'll check that out.
Like, hey, you're pretty much unkillable in modern armor against melee weapons. Like you have to be a very specialized, trained knight.
Yeah.
With your own specialized weapons to get at another knight and actually kill them. Anyways, how do we get on that topic? Oh yeah, just passing through other races and
so there was, I don't know why this
we do for historical shows at this point and stuff like that.
Exactly. So have you ever seen the Marco Polo series on Netflix?
Produced by the Weinstein Company?
I believe, yes. So at the end of season 2, do you remember at the end of season 2 when there's that one dude, he's supposed to be like a crusader or something, but it's like he's in chainmail with a broadsword, and he gets into a combat with like Thousand Eyes. And basically it's this interesting moment where like Thousand Eyes gets like these really good kind of like crisscross hits in at him with like a scimitar or just like a curved blade. And they had never experienced chainmail before. So he gets these hits and he turns around all kung fu like, oh, I just defeated my opponent. And the Crusader looks down and he's just like, that didn't do anything. And like it was just an interesting dynamic because he does eventually take him down, but he has this other complication of the fact that he's blind. He can't see really. So he's trying to fight a dude with like an iron helmet and like the chainmail, and he's trying to find a way to get him without actually being able to see where to go. And it was cool. Like it's a good series despite being produced by the Weinstein Company.
Well, I just noticed if right around the time he got like, taken
Caught
down for all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started watching that series.
And then it got canceled.
Yeah, then it got canceled.
Which I think it had another season in it, but I also understand why, they wanted to stop it there because like they had kind of, I don't know, like what else was there really to do? Like you had the whole conflict with China, and then you had like the throne conflict and like the actual like empire, and like after that it's, I don't know, like I guess there's like a few other things they could have done. It seemed like they definitely wanted to continue it, but they tied off a lot of the plot, like with the Blue Princess and whatnot. But
yeah. No, I mean it had like it suffered like Rome did from having like a little bit of just like, oh, we had this grand vision and then we wasted a little bit too much time up front because we thought we were good for 5 seasons instead of 2 or 3.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's
I
think they did it. I mean, I haven't seen Shogun yet, and
Shogun is pretty good.
Like
it is. I will say it's actually very good. The first season, at the very least, is good, and it's actually what the book is about. Further seasons are not, but it's interesting. Just like it's funny to me watching these people get integrated into like very early Japanese society, and the Japanese just kind of look at all these white people and they're like, ew. Like it's funny. It's very funny. And the main character, like, just watching him kind of be insane in front of the Japanese, and the Japanese have to kind of just like translate his insanity into something they can deal with. And they're just like, all right.
Well, yes, the one British guy, and
Yeah.
yeah, he's like very much like it does not have the composition to deal with the situation he's in.
Exactly. But
That's
it's
of the clips I've seen. Like he just doesn't. I mean, he's not like he's the ship's captain or other like officer or whatever. He's just somebody who was on the ship, right?
Yeah, it is also like it's a lesser plot element, but it's interesting to see because it's like the very early stages of Christianity being brought to Japan, and that is like kind of a major plot point, especially with a couple of the characters. So like I don't remember the name either of. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
It was a big deal at one point because the Otomo clan was fully converted, and then they were a big player in the Civil War.
Exactly.
When the
Sengoku
shogunate
Jigai,
got taken over and went into the Edo period, right? So like they very much like wanted to take out, you know, Christianity because it was like potential to take over the island, replace the religion, which is like one of those things where you look at Korea and it's like majority Christian now. And then Christianity definitely had like a resurgence, and then there's like the weird cult that the guy assassinated Shinzo Abe over in Japan.
So. Yeah, which was apparently like I know we kind of established a rule that like if you commit a political assassination, generally the exact opposite of what you want to happens. In that case, it worked because they actually went after the cult.
Oh, I mean, we never talked about Japan's election, but they won such a large majority that they could amend. They have enough votes to amend.
I saw
the
that
Japanese constitution.
Yeah, so they can actually have like a military and not a defense force.
Well, like their constitution doesn't even allow the soldiers. Like they have an invasive bear problem in Japan right now. I don't know if you're aware of this.
No, I did not know this.
Yeah, there's just rampant. So like think about this. Japan's aging rapidly. All the young people are moving into cities. So there's huge swaths of the countryside just full of old people. And there's bears, and they're just reproducing and pillaging all of these rural towns. And it's gotten to the point like that people are getting attacked by bears out in the countryside, and the police don't really have guns, and the don't know how to control it that much. They can't be everywhere. They don't have a lot of police officers because there's not a lot of crime in Japan. And the Japanese self-defense forces, like they can't carry guns on Japanese territory or live ammo or shoot bears or whatever. And so there was a case. I actually have to find this now because it was so bizarre. Japan bear. This guy was called upon by the local police department to he had a hunting permit and he had a hunting rifle, and they said, hey, you're the only guy with a gun and ammunition in this prefecture. Would you come kill this bear for us? And he did. But then he got charged with poaching and improper use of a firearm.
Oh, man.
And
can't do that.
And carrying a loaded gun like outdoors and stuff like that. All this bullshit.
What the heck,
and I gotta find this. Yeah, Japan hires hunters to get the bears. So there was a sharp rise in bear attacks. 12 people died of bear attacks this year. Highest it's recorded since it's tracked cases in the 2000s. I'm sorry, like I don't even think that many Americans die of bear attacks.
Hang on.
How many
bear attack deaths 2025? Literally just pulled up Japan again. Hold on. Let's do U.S.
No. Look up U.S.
Yeah, I know.
bear deaths. Yeah.
In 2025, there were at least 3 reported fatal bear attacks in the United States.
Okay, we have like
involving
4 to 5 times the population of Japan, right?
Yeah. Also, surprisingly enough, most of them involved black bears in Florida and Arkansas. That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, black bears are dangerous, but you would expect to hear like grizzlies or something like that.
But no, the thing is, people are like prepared for grizzly bears, but then like
black bears, they're like, eh.
Black bears are everywhere. They're more common, and they tend to be more comfortable with humans. And then people like start thinking of them as giant raccoons, and then they get used to humans, and then
and then Werner Herzog makes another documentary about how you got eaten by bears.
Yeah. Anyways, that's I was trying to find that case.
Japan's trying to stop the signal, man.
This guy, he shoots a bear on request of the police, and then the like his local police department called him in to shoot the bear, and then like the federal national police come in and like, hey, that's improper use of a firearm, and he got charged for it. Now he's like going to the Supreme Court being like, come on, guys, like has to be one way or the other.
This is my civic duty. I was helping.
The local constable called me into arms. So yeah, Japan on Monday eased gun rules, making it easier for hunters to use rifles in built-up areas following a rise in attacks by bears. Declining human population and climate change. That's not climate. What? Okay. 4 people have been killed by bears in Japan since April. This must be last year. Town and city officials can now authorize hunters to use rifles in emergency cases after ensuring the safety of residents.
There we go.
Last fiscal year to March 2025, 85 people were attacked by bears, 3 of them killed. In the same period, 5,136 bears were killed, down from more than 9,000. Whack. Anyways.
Whack.
Japan, you could be... Imagine how cool like all the gun stuff we'd get out of Japan would be if they were allowed to actually own and make and tinker with guns. There's hope for the future.
There is hope for the future.
I still believe.
We're white pilling.
It's not all just doom and gloom.
We're white pilling solely around the fact that Japan one day will be able to allow to have guns, and then we'll tinker with guns, and then we'll get a second like a technical firearm revolution. I can't wait for caseless ammunition to actually work. Rail guns and shit. Well, anything else we wanna go over? I mean, I think we hit all the points.
It's yeah. I don't. Hopefully, we get to next week, and I don't know. The invasion happened on Saturday, and I immediately got a full tank of gas.
I did too. Yep. It has definitely jumped. Yeah. It's jumped like 20 or 30 cents locally. It's a pretty massive jump. I do also get the ethanol free stuff, so I definitely pay extra for that, but that's a choice. So
I mean, it should help your engine last longer. Which is definitely
it should help my engine last longer. Also, on principle, I don't want ethanol. I think it's gay. Ethanol is gay.
How long will we be enslaved to the corn lobby of Iowa?
Seriously, man. Fatwa on corn. Well, ladies and
declaring, let me say that for as long as we are subject to the oppression of the corn, of the Nebraskans and the Iowans and the Kansasans, that we will not be able to actualize our community. Bring up the community, and I say that we have a holy war against the corn in our fuel.
Jihad against corn.
Corn jihad.
Corn jihad. That's it. Here on the Anti-Happening podcast, we are officially launching the corn jihad. You heard it here first, folks. Well, like I said, guys, we had a very... Oh, wow. Okay. 91 unique views. 91. That's pretty cool. Maximum concurrent viewers, which I guess is over a certain amount of time they stay in. Still didn't pop 12, but that's okay. We got 91 unique views. That's cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, all 91 of you that saw us, all few dozen of you that stuck out with us, and those of you in the chat, our loyal listeners, our loyal chatters, we thank you, as always, for joining us this evening. We will be back here next week, unless there is some sort of actual escalation that knocks out power our internet, which surely won't happen. After all, we are the Anti-Happening podcast. Nothing ever happens. We'll be back here. We'll be talking about what else has been going on. We hope you all will join us. We hope you all stay safe and stay healthy. We hope you have a wonderful time moving your clocks back forward on Sunday. We also remind you
jihad against government mandated time changes.
Arizona is the way of the future. So says Amo Saddam. But for real, though, move your clocks an hour forward and be sure to change the batteries in your smoke detectors lest you call into our show and we hear that beep in the background and we can just feel your credit score drop while you're on live with Call with us. Outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, also on Sunday, this always happens. Be careful if you're driving.
Mike's really far away.
Be careful if you're driving on Sunday, especially after the time change. It's not as bad as the hour back, but it also is, it's an hour forward. People think they're losing sleep. They're going to be more tired. They're going to do stupid shit. So be careful on the road. Watch your P's and Q's. Use your turn signal. Use your blinker. And, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, thank you for joining us. And as always, taxation is theft.